Hey, what's going on, guys? Dan with Barrel Blades and Barbells. Say hi, Gunner.
Hi.
So we're outside in the shop working on our project here. I tore the 1522 apart and put some painter's tape on a couple things, and we're gonna give this thing a good old-fashioned rattle cam paint job. Okay, so to kind of go over how I plan on doing this, I've got, I guess you'd call this FDE. I've got a more of a moss green. Thank you, buddy. I've got a more of a OD green, I guess you'd call it. Standard black. And I have two other cans of different style or different colors of FDE. This one's a little more of a sand than they call it khaki. So I've got a plethora of colors here. My plan is to kind of stripe as such across with and like do a tan and then leave black and then green and then leave black and then tan and stripe it like that. I plan on doing like maybe 2 to 3 inches wide and then flipping it over and doing the other side, trying to keep the same pattern. So I might do multiple colors of green and tan. I haven't decided on that. But then once I'm done, I'm gonna take this mesh laundry bag that I picked up at Walmart. I'm gonna lay it over it and give it some contouring, if you will, as the Instagram models call their makeup contouring. So that's my plan. We'll see how it turns out. All right, so I've been shaking this can up for about, I don't know, a minute and a half, 2 minutes here. So we're gonna give it a little test shot. There's the color, all right? And here we go. All right, that's not bad. Go just a little wider maybe. Now, something about spray paint on plastic, you might have to do more than one coat here. And if you can't tell, I coated or I painted. Yeah? I used some painter's tape to cover up my trigger, my selector switch. Like chocolate?
Yes, I like it.
And a couple other things. So we're gonna leave that alone for a second and we're gonna shake up the green. All right, so we're gonna give this green a shot. It is definitely a mossy green, which I kind of like. All right, so you can see some texturing there, different color mixtures. And when you're doing camouflage, the idea is literally just to break up the constant color. So we're gonna maybe do just a little bit of touch up here on the across the top, and then we're gonna let this sit and dry for a minute. I might do some black, but I think I'm just gonna leave it like this for now. All right, so I'm not gonna film the whole thing of spraying on this side, but something I did want to point out, I stuffed a like a Walmart bag or like a plastic bag into the breech there, so as to keep paint from going in there. And also my mag release got covered with some painter's tape, just like the other side. So I debated on putting something in the mag well to keep paint out of there, but I opted just to paint the mag itself and call it good. So I did just flip it 180 degrees this way instead of over this way. Hold on, bud. I know. I flipped it long ways instead of this way, and I'm gonna hit the pattern and follow the original stripes here. So here we go. All right, so we let this dry for a little bit. It's a little chilly out, so it's not drying quite as fast as I was hoping, but that's okay. So what I'm gonna do is lay this on top of it, and you kind of want to get it down on it. So what I might actually do is the brass deflector here, it will hold it up. So what I'm gonna do is kind of offset it But as you can see, this is not the biggest area. I could maybe cut it and layer it. I don't know. We'll see how it comes out on the first try and go from there. Okay, so I ended up splitting those two pieces. It was bunching up too much and collecting too much of the paint in the cloth here. So what I'm gonna do here is hit it with a little black and see what happens on this. Keeping it a little ways back. See what the texture looks like. Oh, there we go. Now we're getting a little texture look there. So that's essentially how you do it. How I'm doing it, I should say. It's one of those things that you just kind of play with it and see how it comes out. You know, mess with some different colors and layer it on there and see what you come up with. So I'll finish up and then we'll take a look at the finished product. All right, guys, so I got the finished product. A couple things that I noticed myself that I wasn't 100% happy with. Not huge issues, but I'll show you what I'm talking about. The idea, the concept that I had worked great. The problem was the bag, the laundry bag that I used wasn't big enough holes really, and it wasn't thick enough in the material. So I needed something with a thicker material, bigger holes, I think would be more effective. So, but this is it all assembled, put back together. As you can see, you can kind of see the effect there, but it's not as prominent as what I was hoping, that kind of snakeskin look. But here's the other side. And I'll do a top-down view here in a minute. But so I threw it all together. This is kind of the way I'm going to have this set up for a little while. This is my Sightmark Wraith Mini. I freaking love this thing. But overall, I can't complain with how this turned out. You know, it was just a black standard M&P 15, and I wanted to kind of make it custom. This is going to be my range training gun / beat the crap out of. So, you know, I don't really care a whole lot if it looks like trash. So I thought this is the one to practice on. This is the one to give it a shot. But honestly, I can't complain with how it turned out. It is a little more green, I think, than I was hoping for, but I actually kind of like it, the way it kind of contrasts with the black and the tan. So overall, I'm pretty happy. I think if I go to do it again, I might do just green and tan on the whole base and then overlay with the black, because maybe just to darken it up a little bit. I don't know. It was just a thought, but overall, I'm really happy with how it turned out. I do have a few little runs here and there. I'm a little heavy-handed when I spray paint. I did up here on the barrel. You can see it's a little heavy, but no big deal. The thing about this spray paint is not meant to be done on plastic. It's not meant to really be touched all that often. It's not meant to be scuffed or banged on. So I don't anticipate this lasting forever. It's not like Cerakote or even Duracoat. Those Cerakote specifically is made for firearms, made for getting beat up, heat, things of that nature. This is more of a poor man's fix, if you will. So yeah, hopefully you guys like the way it looks. I'm going to do a top-down view and give you guys kind of a up close and personal on it. All right, guys, so here you can kind of see, and I'll try to keep the glare down as much as I can. For the most part, you can see the snakeskin effect pretty much everywhere. Just some places it's more, like right here, it's really prominent. Back here on the buttstock's really prominent. Right here I had like a light spot. It didn't hit there. Down on the mag, came out pretty well. It's kind of hard to make out up here just because of the way. The problem is with this with the pick rail here, it doesn't allow the mesh bag to lay up against the inner portion. If I didn't have a pick rail, if I had a smooth handguard on the bottom, it would work a lot better. But That's what I'm working with here. And then the opposite side here. Once again, you can still see the snake skin pretty much all the way through. And even up here on the handguard. So I did not snake skin the barrel. I didn't want to put any more paint on it than what was already on it, just because I didn't want to deal with heat and melt and things of that nature. So yeah, that's how it turned out. So overall, I'm really rather happy with this. I'm not sure how long it'll last, but I'm sure when I take it to the range and I pull it out and start running 22s down range, you know, I'm sure people are going to ask questions. And, you know, just because this isn't something you see every day, people actually training with one of these, but I intend to actually train with it, as well as the 350/556 that I plan on SBR and that I'm working on right now. So that's in for another video. But yeah, hope you guys liked the video. Hope you like the way it turned out. Hopefully it gives you some ideas of things to do, what not to do, color schemes, some techniques, you know, different things to kind of, you know, do your own thing. You know, like I said at the beginning of the video, the thing about camo is it's literally just to break stuff up. So as long as you're happy with the way it looks, it shouldn't matter what anybody else thinks. Like if it's, you know, where I'm at, my part of the country is, if you go outside, it's either green or brown. So hey, here we go, green or brown. Yeah, unless it's right in the middle of fall, there is some reds, but for the most part, green or brown. And yeah, I'm really happy with how this turned out though. So hopefully you guys liked it, and hit the bell, hit the subscribe. If you got any comments, questions on how I did it or anything like that, by all means, put them up in the comments. Go follow my Instagram and TikTok, same name, Barrels, Blades, and Barbells. And yeah, hope you guys have a good time. As always, stay tuned, stay tactical. See you next time.